Susan from Sunrise Quilt Studio, and today's block is the free trade block. This one has several pieces in it, but it's not as many as what were in the previous blocks. And this one is all made up of triangles, so and two squares. So I'll show you some of the ideas that I came up for this block. And the first thing that I want to do is just do some straight line quilting in here. So I'm just going to do an outline stitch in the outer star points. And just following in the ditch to get to the next piece. And then for here, what I want to do, I think I'll just do a crosshatch here. And then for this piece, we'll do another outline stitch. And I think what I'm going to do is I want to do like quilt a little square in here, and then I'm going to come in 1/4 of an inch and I'm going to do this. So it'll kind of give it the same look as what we have here. And then to get to the next piece, I'm going to stitch in the ditch all the way through. And then that will separate these two pieces here. And then I'm going to go ahead and cross hatch here. And then come back and do this. And come in and do another stitch and then go through. And then we have that done. Okay, another thing we could do is go ahead and do the outline stitch, but I'm going to double this up, and I'm going to do this half of the block and come back around. You can go around this twice, you don't have to do it this way. This is just something I thought I would try. And then, like, if you don't want to have them like 1/4 inch apart, you could do like this and make it like a 1/2 inch or something. Give it a little bit different look. And then for the center, I'm going to treat this all as one piece instead of separate pieces, and I'm going to do the spin feather in here. And I think doubling up the stitching in here kind of offsets all the quilting that it will be in the center. Kind of balance it out. And I don't know if that's ever happened to you, if you've done a quilt that you've had dense quilting in one area and then you had loose quilting in other areas. Sometimes it can make your quilt kind of wobbly, or kind of it kind of pulls it out of square, and can give you problems when you're squaring it up after you've got all your quilting done and you're trying to put your binding on. So if you can keep your quilting balanced throughout the quilt within your block and in your background, then you'll have an easier time squaring up your quilt at the end. Okay, what I'm going to try and do on this next one is to kind of mix it up just a little bit. And I'm going to still do a background filler in here, but on these star points, I'm going to do something a little bit different. And I'm going to do continuous curve on the star points. And right now I'm drawing this out pretty wide. I don't know that I would be quilting it that wide while I'm on the machine, but what I'm wanting to do is to come back and then double it up. like that. And then for the center, I want to do a swirl. And once again, you do your swirls as densely or as loose as you like. Swirls can go pretty fast. Depending on depending on how you how comfortable you are with them and what kind of swirls you're doing. With this one, I am doing a lot of backtracking. When I hit an edge, I will backtrack, and sometimes that can slow you down, but I kind of like that look, so that's what I'm going for. But there you go. You have a swirl in the center, and then you have the continuous curve in the points. And this time I'm going to combine some feathers with some straight line quilting. And I want to start in the center, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cross hatch this. So I'm going to go from point to point, and then I'm going to come here, up, down through the center, and over like this. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be quilting also in these edges here, so in the seams there, to kind of balance that out. And then what I want to do is I want to do some feathers in these star points. And I think I demonstrated these in a previous block. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was the Missouri Star block. But I'm having my feathers... See, this one is wrong. I want the feathers to go towards the right angle. So I'm going to erase this one. So that's one thing about feathers, they have to kind of all flow the same way, or be oriented the same way within the piece. I mean, these are flowing opposite directions, but they're flowing towards the right angle. So that's kind of important. And that mistake I made earlier would be one that I would rip out. Come back down and do the next piece. And there is nothing wrong with having your feathers go towards the outside if that's the way you want them. I just like my feathers better going towards the right angle here. And one more set of points here. And there we go. Okay, to do something different in the center, what I want to do is I want to do a spin feather in the squares. Just to kind of repeat the feather motif. And then for here, I want to do a continuous curve. And then for a little bit different idea, let's just do an outline. I'd have to break thread to do this, but this is another option. So we have two different looks between this one and this one. And so here we go. This is the free trade block.
Thanks for watching. For more quilting ideas, click on the video links. And to keep up with my newest projects, click on the subscribe button. I hope to see you again soon.